Each week, in 7 minutes or less, we're going to be sharing news, insights on the companies and people driving innovation across this great state of Ohio. Chris, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And I'm Chris Berry, president of OhioX. We're a statewide technology and innovation partnership. So for our first Ohio Tech Report in week 1 of 2021, our first story is going to be about TechCred and their latest application period now opening. So the state of Ohio, this is their 7th TechCred application period. And what TechCred does is it helps businesses upskill their current and incoming workforce with tech-focused credentials. So this is obviously a big conversation happening in the state. Businesses can receive up to $2,000 for each tech-focused credential earned, up to $30,000 per employer each application period. And Jeff, since this program started, almost 1,000 Ohio employers have been approved for funding, and this has helped over 15,000 tech-focused credentials be earned by Ohio-based employees.
And so these are tech credentials that directly apply to careers within all firms, both large and small?
Absolutely. So across the state, it's all sorts of companies, really diverse skill set, but it's helping Ohio employers, helping Ohio employees, workers really, which is most important, get some of these things that'll help them level up their skill set and help them be more competitive, both for the company, but then also for the careers of these employees. So it's a really cool thing the state's done. As I mentioned, this is the 7th one. So the state keeps doing this. There's a really big focus on upskilling, making sure that the workforce is in a place that companies, that employers across the state, when they need good, solid tech workers or tech-focused skills, that they are able to have it. So it's a perfect example of a great partnership between the public and private sectors.
So getting that certification leads to a much broader world of opportunity for these individuals.
Yeah, it helps companies, it helps the workers. It's really a win-win, and it's making Ohio more competitive.
Great. Well, speaking of being more competitive, I believe we are now dominating the space of battery cell and electric vehicle manufacturing. Is that too bold of a statement, Chris?
No, I don't think so. And I know you're a resident Youngstown, Mahoning Valley guy, but it's something to really be proudful of, I think.
Yeah, here's some scoop for you. So evidence points to the fact that the Ultium Cell LLC joint venture between General Motors and LG Chem is already expanding in the Mahoning Valley. And they'll be bringing thousands of jobs to the Mahoning Valley for battery cell manufacturing exclusively for electric vehicles. And that's pretty exciting. So they just broke ground on a $2.3 billion electric vehicle battery manufacturing plant. We've discussed that before, but the evidence states we've tracked down records from the Trumbull County Courthouse, and they just acquired an additional 144 acres just south and west of the current construction plant, the construction area. So that additional acreage acquisition doubles the footprint of their, doubles the scope of their footprint or their land holdings here in the Mahoning Valley, up to 300 acres. And do you have any idea how big 300 acres is, Chris?
It's pretty big. I know that. It's
pretty. Yeah, I looked it up.
I would say it's probably like 200 or so football fields.
Oh my God, 227 football fields.
That was a total guess.
That was great. Great. So there's already 350 tradesmen on the job, and there potentially could be an additional 800 to 1,000 individuals, tradespeople employed throughout the scope of this construction project. So it's great to see the investment happening already, but effectively the doubling down and expanding the scope of their real estate holdings gives them room to grow. And that's we're reading the tea leaves a little bit, but the evidence states that that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's really cool. And it seems like every week I'm reading something in the Business Journal about an expansion or some new company that's doing something with manufacturing around electric vehicles, electric batteries. We just have to figure out how to get Elon over here and right. Get a nice Tesla facility.
Voltage Valley, come out of Texas. Join what's happening here in Ohio.
There we go.
Number 3.
Yeah, so for our third story is about SherwinWilliams and their planned new headquarters and research and development projects. So the Ohio Controlling Board earmarked $35 million. So that's twice, one for the headquarters, one for the R&D facility. So $70 million in total to help the company again, build a new headquarters, but also, which I think is really cool, the research and development facility. So that complex, the R&D complex, is going to be in Brecksville, which is a suburb of Cleveland. And this is the debt, the interest-free debt will be forgiven incrementally if Sherwin-Williams maintains enough jobs at both sites. Between the two, the company has committed to retaining 3,500 full-time jobs and creating another 400. And the project collectively is going to cost more than $630 million.
And I love how these programs put the hooks in the organization and the company to say there are job retention and expansion commitments and obligations. So if you get these incentives, you will commit to, not only retaining, jobs, but adding more jobs. So that's just a great outlook, great visibility for the community to build around, and for additional vendors, suppliers, partners to recognize that that's an established, place that can, other people can have confidence to kind of build out in that area as well.
Yeah, and when companies like this build these new facilities, which cost a lot of money and it costs a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of planning, that's just doubling down on their commitment to, in this case, Cleveland or Brecksville, Northeastern Ohio, but really the state in general. And it's, again, another, I think, example of groups like Jobs Ohio and the state of Ohio really leading on some of this stuff and keeping these companies right here. So kudos to everyone involved. That's great news for Northeastern Ohio.
And we toured the state once again this week. So much good news to share. For more information, please visit OhioX.org. If you want to share stories or offer up comments, questions, or even have any concerns, please comment in the box below here on LinkedIn, or send an email to Chris. Chris, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can shoot news ideas, story ideas to team, so TEAM at OhioX.org. That's team at OhioX.org. We're always looking for new content, but really the best way to do it is, Jeff, as you said, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, just put your story in the comments. If you have great news to share, let us help spread it. Let us help tell the story of Ohio technology, Ohio innovation, and really the incredible work that's happening all across the state.
Sounds good. Well, we will catch you next week.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.